Hello, my name is Wayne Brill, and I'm going to be talking about the Velvet Underground.
Shiny, shiny, shiny boots of leather, whiplash, girl child in the dark.
The Velvet Underground influenced many pop bands in Europe and America both. One of the biggest pop cultures that the Velvet Underground inspired was punk. Punk today is still one of Europe's most influential musical cultures. The first band that I thought of that I felt that the Velvet Underground really influenced was the Violent Femmes.
When I'm out walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on, like I blister in the sun. Let me go on, big hands, I know you're the one.
The Violent Femmes have been around since the 70s and have continued to produce their very influential but strange-sounding folk punk music. Most of the Velvet Underground songs were written more about everyday life, things that were real around them. Lou didn't feel like writing about fake things or protesting or anything like that. He felt more like writing about what they were living in the time that they were in. And so that's what he wrote about. Most of their arrangements were a lot different than the popular bands of the time, and really any band of any time. They used just outrageous instruments to create ridiculous sounds. Like the viola player, he took apart his viola and put guitar strings on it, and he said that it ended up sounding like a B-52. Some of the other strange ways that they used the instruments were as the drummer, where she had no prior drumming experience or training or anything, and really had no idea what she was doing. So she just basically took the kick drum and a mallet and just hit the beat along with the guitar and just kept it going. So when everything got kind of haywire, she still had that just simple beat going, so they all had something to go back to. I believe this was just another one of their experiments, and it ended up working out perfectly. The simple drum beats in all of their songs just kind of add to the feeling, and it really helps it give it the feel that I believe that they were all going for. Most of the songs on the album The Velvet Underground and Nico have a very unique and interesting sound to them. They're not like anything I've ever heard before, especially the one called Heroin, where he talks literally about being high on heroin for the entire song, and there's just lots of like eerie, creepy instruments in the background, and it just gives it all this kind of like just strange feeling, probably what it would feel like to be on heroin at the time. Another song would be the Venus and Furs. This is one that I felt used a lot of that strange viola with the guitar string sounds, and just lots of like creepy, ominous, strange string sounds throughout the entire thing, with some like random percussion and drum beats, and the lyrics of the song are just really dark, and everything fits together to create this dark, creepy, ominous song that's apparently about the life that they were living in that time. And they kind of describe it with everything in the song, including the lyrics, the instruments, the way they use the instruments, the different sounds throughout the entire song. And honestly, this is one of my favorite songs that I heard on the album. One of the coolest things that I found interesting about this whole album was that Andy Warhol, which is one of my favorite artists of all time, I just love the way that he produced all of the band's albums with his artwork and his film work that he did within it. It really did do what he wanted to do. It mixed film and art and music all into one thing. And I don't think anyone else could have done it better rather than Andy Warhol. Thank you. That was my podcast on the Velvet Underground and how they influenced the Violent Femmes.